Hello and welcome back. Today's fine tuning day on our jaymz type TL Telecaster type guitar. It's been sitting for a little bit, so it's settled in. We did a lot of adjustments on it not long ago when we redid the string trees. So we loosen, tighten, blah blah blah. Either way we go about it, it's time to kind of look it over and see how we're sitting. So first thing we're going to do is look down the neck. And there is just a bit of bow there. Enough as far as I'm concerned, but it looks like the string height might be a little high. So let's check it at the 12th in millimeters. Two 2.25, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.25, 2.25 to 2.5. So that's a little high. So it's time to lower the action. And how we're going to do that is with our miniaturist hex head key, L-shaped X head key, not a paid promotion. Anyways, so what we're going to do is lower the barrels here. On this bridge it has barrels, and if you look closely you'll see an Allen key on either side of each string. No, you won't. You'll see one Allen key beside each string, and that's how we're going to lower the action. By loosening these off, that will bring the lug up and the barrel down. So, seeing that we're taking tension off the strings, we won't have to loosen the strings off. We're going to give it a half twist on each one. And then we will remeasure and see where we're at, because we don't want to overdo it. And it's easy enough to go back in there and readjust it after the fact. So a half turn on each, and we'll see just where that went. First off, I'm going to bend all the strings a bit. It was in rough tune beforehand. We're not going to worry about that for right now until we get set up. It's going to be close enough. And two, 2.25, 2.25, 2.25, 2.25, and 2.25. So what we will do, the thickest string is at about 2 millimeters. We're going to leave that one there. I want to bring the other ones down though a bit more. So we're going to go ahead with another half turn on each. And at the 12th, still about 2, just a little over 2, that's about 2. That's still 2.25, that's 2, and that's 2. Now I like a nice low action. I'm usually about 1.75. So we're going to give every one of them now, again, one more half turn. we're getting pretty low on the barrels, so we might have to work on truss rod after this. We're still at about 175 to 2, 175 to 2. Now for the skinny strings, we'll go a little lower because there's still enough travel in it. So bend it one more time. And measure yet again. 2, 2, 2, 2, 175, and 2. So why don't we, seeing that they were all at about 2 except for the second, we'll give that one maybe a tightening of about, half a turn. Yeah, we're good. 2's through the first 4 and 175's on the second, or the first and second, or the skinny 2. So that's where we're going to leave that. Now I don't play a lot of electric guitar for various different reasons. One is, although I had an electric guitar back as far as 1987, my ex-wife could not handle loud music. It was the sensitivity of hers, so I never really played that much. Hence my Squire sat for many, many years in a box in the back corner, which was probably good for it because now it's in pristine shape for being a 1987. But it's time. Okay, MacGyver. The selector switch button slides off just way too easy. So we're going to fix that with the handyman secret weapon. No, not duct tape, just regular garden tape. The secret handyman's extra secret weapon. You just need a little wee bit of that. And we will just put it right on the very top. And this will just jam it in there. Voila. MacGyvered. But where was I? Oh yeah, that. And I at this point live in a high rise, so I can't be blaring electric guitar everywhere. But I can practice without having the noise too loud, because I'm just trying to get dexterity in my fingers. I have carpal tunnel, so it's messed up a bit. But I also mainly just do standard chords, cowboy chords, if you will, whatever you want to call them. But I've just been lately getting into a little more nuanced chords and that sort of thing. I don't do bar chords. Maybe that's where I should start next. But I want to start doing some lead. Now, I'm not a Eddie Van Halen or, Rick Emmett or anyone like that who just goes crazy, Joe Satriani, all those lads. But I'm talking more low blues, slow blues. I think I better go over all the frets and make sure I get no buzzing. Because I can't tell if I'm getting buzzing or if it's just the fact that my fingers are weak and I'm not pushing down hard enough. So here we go. So I'm getting some buzzing up above the 12th. I don't play up in there very often, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But I do have to retune this thing. And so, not only did I get the action where I want it, other than I'm still getting a little buzzing way up in here, but I'm not a way up in here player. The intonation is perfect right across the board, every one of them, which is really hard to do with these 3-barrel bridge setups. But I somehow got it set that way. Either that or my tuner is so badly out of battery that it just doesn't have enough strength to go sharp. Possibly. But anyways, so that's that. Still don't know what I'm going to do about these holes that are drilled for the strap. Because I don't wear a strap. I play sitting down all the time, so Telecaster upgrade. Sorry. Type TL setup. Tweak. In tune. Pretty much 2 millimeters across the board at the 12th. Except for 175 on the lowest two. I'm okay with. I'll get it. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Tell me what I did right, what I did wrong. I know I do things wrong. I'm not a luthier. Just an old guy with too much time on my hand. With that, we'll catch you next time. Bye now. So one more thing I want to do to the Leo James Type TL Telecaster type guitar is I want to maybe tweak this setup a little bit. What we found was we get a little buzzing but only up in this on the skinniest of the strings. So we're going to take a look down the neckline, and there is a fairly good bow to it. I'm thinking that if we tighten the truss rod and straighten it out a bit more, and then that will probably bring the string height down so that it might create a bit more buzz. But then we can raise the saddles and bring that up. So instead of it being this way and ringing, let's bring this end down, bring that end up. What do you think? What do we have to lose? The buzzing's only happening above the 12th on the skinnier strings. But the neck seems good and flat going along there. Off to the bench. Off to the bench. So truss rod adjustments. They don't usually have much to do with the string height. They will do a little bit, but it's got just a little too much bow to it. Yet we're still getting buzzing up in here. So I'm thinking that if we lower the head, get the neck a little straighter, that might increase the buzzing up in here, but then we can get to the saddles and raise them a little bit to create a better angle on the strings. What do we have to lose? It's a brand new guitar. It's going to take some adjusting to get it into the proper setup. So we will do that. So we're going to loosen off all the strings. These are fairly new strings. Well, they're brand new strings. So we don't want to remove them at all. So we don't want to take a chance at breaking them. And since we will be probably loosening and tightening and loosening and tightening, what I think we're going to do is loosen the, help me here, skinny strings first. And so, what is a truss rod and how does it work? Here's an artist's rendition of a neck of a guitar. Your body is down here, the neck up here. This is a side view. Inside, buried in the neck, is this metal rod that goes the length of the neck. Inside the top here, right about here, is a little hole with a hex key adapter, with a hex keyed nut in here. What we want to do is tighten that, and what that basically does is when you tighten this, it makes this rod want to become shorter and it will pull up, and that in essence will drop the neck down. You loosen this off, the neck comes up, you get more bow. You tighten it, neck goes down, it becomes flatter, and that's basically what we're really trying to do. We want to get the hex key in here, tighten it maybe about a quarter turn or so, and then we'll double check and see what effect it has on the neck. And although it will be hard for you to see, that neck now is much more flat. It's hard to see on this camera, but believe me, it is. So what we've done now in essence is brought the head down and made this neck more flat. Now once I bring it back up to rough tune, I'm not going to completely tune it, just getting into a rough. We want to make sure we get all the pressure back on the strings. To see where the new string height is. Yeah. When you're doing this, make sure that the strings get back in the nut. Okay, so now it's just into rough tune. We don't need it exact. We're just going to get it to a rough spot so we can have a look at it. So now it's back into rough tune in millimeters. At the 12th we have, now that's brought it down about 1/4 of a millimeter. That's pretty much 175 across the board, where it was about 2 beforehand. Now for some reason because I was playing at the wrong fret, there's a little bit of buzzing way up in the very, very top. I never go up in there. So let's double check it again. But 175, 175, 175, 75. Mischief managed. Everything is. There we have it. We have tweaked it one more time, and it seems to be, we don't seem to need to raise the saddles. Don't know why. I guess it's guitar magic. Anyways, that's where we're going to leave it for today. So please share, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Tell me what I did right, what I did wrong. I know I do things wrong. I am not a luthier. I'm just an old guy with too much time on my hands. So with that, we'll catch you next time. Bye now.